Hi, welcome back to my craft room. It's Kathy from Raven Vintage. We are going to remake the video from 100 Days of Envelopes for day 24. Day 24 was expandable. And I have to be honest, I can't quite remember how I did this, but I think I know. I think I know. So we're just going to get right into it. I do believe I closed my envelopes, 2 of them. I'm using those dollar store number 8 envelopes, this box here. So they're 3 5/8 by 6.5 inch, 9.2 centimeters by 16.5. So first thing, I'm going to take 2 of them and glue the flaps closed like that. This one I'm setting aside for a moment, and then folding these in half, so like so. That one and this one. So these will become like the pockets, the expanding pockets. And then what I did was I trimmed off, I opened up the ends so they made little pouches. This is so far so good. So again, just trim off the end, which opens up both sides. So those become your little pouches like this. So there's 2 of those. Now let me just stick this one inside here like that. I want them to be the same. So once I insert one inside the other, the middle one wants to stick out a little bit. So let's just even them up. Better. Probably should use my guillotine trimmer, but that's fine. So got rid of that. Okay. And then this one, I want the same width, and I want this centered. This is what I did. I just took this little pouch and centered it like this. And then drew a pencil line here and here. And then I cut this envelope like this. So I have the 3rd envelope, open it up, I tuck that inside, centered it by eye. And then the point is it's going to be the same width as this little pouch that we made here. I cut that side off. I cut this side off. Okay. So I end up with this long thing. Now I do believe that I cut this off flush with that. I'm not sure why at this point, but I did. And then I think I made my own folds. So I think I did, I moved, see where the crease is now of the flap? I think I'm going to move this up a bit. Make that a shorter flap. And then this wraps around. Yes, that's what I did. Okay. So now I can see where I need to trim this. That makes sense. There we go. And then it's just a matter of decorating and gluing it in the right spot. So I'm just gluing down these little flappies here so they don't interfere. Okay, and then the next thing I did was this first, so I have the 2 together. Doesn't matter which way. Let's go this way. Doesn't matter. have this little pouch, right? And it's going in here, and then that will be the like that. This gets glued down into the book so that when you open this up, these open this way as the expandable. So I don't really need to decorate the back. Which I think that part right there is confusing in the video, because it's like, why didn't you decorate that last little bit? This is just a little unhappy. There we go. It was getting folded over there. Okay, so we have this little pouch thing. So let's put glue all over this. Cover it. And then line it up with the cover. That. Okay, so here's the next trick, just to make this expandable. You just really need to do a glue strip. I actually decorated this cover before I added these, so I think I might stop and do that right now. So let me just interrupt myself. And what paper? I wanted to use, I was hoping I could use this castle so that when it's folded up, you would see this castle like this. But I don't think that's actually going to work, but that's okay. I'm going to decorate it somewhat. So I've got it flipped over now. This is the outside cover, and I want to decorate. You don't have to do the whole thing. You can. It's going to get glued down, but really that's the back that's going to get glued down. So if you're limited on paper, you can just decorate your flap and then the front. But just for simplicity, I'm just going to cover the whole thing, because we could, since I'm covering the whole thing, we could stick it in a pocket. But I think it's really cute when it's added to, yeah. Okay, I think I'm going, oh, see, it's not quite the, yeah, that's good. It's good, it's good, it's good. I'm talking to myself, sorry. There we go. Cut that. Without cutting my envelopes. That's always the tricky part, right? Like that. And here. And then I want to decorate just the inside of the flap, because that will show. That's pretty. So far, so good. And perhaps I will use, she'll get cut off. I'm just going to use this flower again here. So I'm coming down just past the flap crease. That. Cut that off. These are, if you have a lot of envelopes, this is would make a great little bulk make project. Once you get the first one down, it would, oops, it would, look what I did. Once you get the first one done, it would go pretty quickly, I think. That was a bad cut. Did you see that? Let's see. Okay. All right, back to what we were doing. So we glued the first one down, the whole thing. This, remember, tucks inside like this. So then what you need to do is just a swath of glue down the center. Don't do the whole thing. Just do like that. Okay. Then add that one. Okay, and same thing here to here. We're just going to do a swath, oops, of glue down the center. And one more time, just down the center. Now this last one, we do the whole thing. Ugh. Kind of a messy job tonight, Kathy. And then, so that's where you get your little expandable pouch. So this one is getting stuck. Shouldn't be. There we go. There. So this is why we only glue the center, so you get this opening here so that it does expand. If they were glued tight, it wouldn't want to expand. So by just putting this swath of glue down the center on those ones, now we have these little pouchy pockets here. So that's expandable. And then this just folds over top. And we can ink it up a little bit, maybe round those corners a little bit if you wanted to. So on this one and this one, on whatever's attached to the cover, if it's separating like mine is, you might want to glue that shut. There. And in my haste, I have not lined this up very well. There we go. See if ink will cover that little faux pas. So I thought the last project, the camouflage and the belly band, just two very simple little projects that came together really very easily. I really enjoyed that. It's just fun to do. It's fun to make simple projects out of very little supplies that have such impact in our journals. Like, they're really interesting. They add visual interest. Like it was just one, I used just one piece of ephemera, the little butterfly, and a tag. Like, look at that. That's so simple, but that made that envelope very interesting. I added a tag and a belly band. Like, such a simple project, but look how pretty that is sitting in the journal. Here, I'm just going to ink up my sides a little bit. I probably should have inked this. Again, hindsight, I should have inked my envelopes before I put this together, but you know me. I honestly was just concerned about how to put this together because it's been a while and I couldn't quite remember how I did it, but that's how we did it. Yeah, so I had a fun day thrifting with my sister. She took me out for a birthday lunch. We actually went out for sushi. Nobody ever wants to go for sushi, so that was fun. That's always a fun. I like sushi. I don't like everything on the menu, but there's enough there for me to pick. And it's always fun trying to use chopsticks, and it's fun. It was fun. Okay. There, that's expandable. That's pretty simple, right? So it's cute. You could put a closure on that if you wanted to. So if you wanted to decorate your cover first and then do like put a brad here and here with a string closure before you add glue in your envelopes, you could do that. And then the brads would be covered up by, you could decorate the outside first, add your brads, then decorate the inside of the cover to cover up the brad on that side. And then when you add the envelopes here, it would cover up the brad on that side. So that's expandable. That was day 24. So let's see, do we want to actually add it to, so if it's glued to your journal, it would become like this. Or you could put it in a pocket. or you could put it inside another envelope. Let's see here. That. Let's see if there's another more suitable pocket for it. Yeah. It's a busy page. This is from Stained Glass Secrets. Oops. So this must be just a little bit too tall for my, where I did my fold. There we go. There's a pocket there. I look forward to seeing you. Just a quick hello to those of you that watched yesterday's. Nancy from Stamp for Less. Thanks for watching, Nancy. Crafty Corey, thank you for watching. Karen Nance, thanks, Karen. Nice to see you here. Dorothea, nice to hear from you, girl. Always happy to hear from you. My friend Carrie from Created Me Creative. And good old Sherry Vanderpool, and Margie Derby. Thank you, everyone, for being here and hanging out with me in my craft room. Let's get together again tomorrow, and we'll do another one. Okay, take care. Bye.